Hey everybody, how you doing? Mr. Extraordinary over here. Back again with another video, man. It's been a minute. How you guys doing? I hope you're great. I hope you're warm. Alright, let's get into it, man. I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's get into it. So yeah, I know I've been absent for a while, but back again. I just had to watch a whole lot of movies and a whole lot of series so that I can just share my thoughts on certain things that I've been watching lately. But wow, man, I don't want to lie. The latest Spider-Man animated film is amazing. Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse is a brilliant film. It is my second favorite Spider-Man film of all time. The first is still Spider-Man 2. Nothing beats Spider-Man 2 in my opinion. That movie is great. But I got the same feeling that I got when I saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. No, not necessarily the same feeling, but close to it. I don't want to lie. When I saw Spider-Man 2 the first time, I was in awe. But this one comes close to it. What do I like about it? Well, first of all, the old gang is back. I'm referring to Shamik Moore, who voices the main character. The main character being Miles Morales, right? And then you have Jake Johnson, who comes back as Peter B. Parker. He was in the first film playing the mentor role of Shamik Moore's character, who is Miles Morales. And you also have Haley Steinfeld, who comes back as Gwen Stacy from another universe. So you have the three core main characters coming back, which is brilliant. And you still have other actors from the previous films. You have Mahershala Ali reprising his role as Uncle Aaron, even though it's a different version of the character. You also have the lady who plays Shamik Moore's mother. She was in Dexter. She is in Power Book 2 Ghost now. She was also on New York Undercover. I just don't want to butcher her name. I know her name in my head, but I don't want to say it out loud because I'm going to butcher it. But I think her first name is Lauren. Yeah. And then you have the father coming back again, the guy who voices the father. He was in Bullet Train, he was in Eternals, and was also he also played a role called Paperboy in Atlanta. I also don't want to butcher his name. But I love both of those people. I used to watch Lauren on Dexter when she played La Cuarta, and I loved I think it's Brian, his name. I loved his role in Atlanta when he played Paperboy. So you do have those characters coming back in, and then you have Oscar Isaac playing Miguel, as another Spider-Man from a different universe. He does a great job, brilliant job. Oscar Isaac has played quite a number of superheroes right at the moment. I mean, he played Spider-Man 29. Is it this Spider-Man that I'm talking about? Miguel. He also played Moon Knight. He also played Apocalypse in X-Men. So it says like, and he became, I think it's Poe in Star Wars. So he's been playing a lot of iconic roles. So shout out to him for getting those brilliant jobs, man. It's truly amazing that he's doing all of that. Like I said, it's one of the best movies that I've seen. The reason I say this is because I believe it's sort of like a love letter to artists, the arts in general. The way they include different art styles into this movie, and they're still able to make it work, is truly remarkable. I mean, there's live action scenes, there's sort of like pastel look and feel to it. There's obviously CGI, even though it's minimalistic. And then you also have some flat characters. There's also a comic book feel to it. And then the normal 2D animation. It is truly fascinating to see all these bits come together. And by the way, there's a kid from Canada, a 13-year-old kid, that animated sort of like a clip within the movie. He animates using Lego figures for his movies, and this 14-year-old kid animated a sequence in the movie. How amazing is that? I was truly mesmerized to actually realize that, wow, this kid actually did something like that. It's fascinating to watch that 14-year-old animated something in a Sony big budget movie. How crazy is that? But this movie ends in a cliffhanger, which is not bad. I don't know, but I just feel like some superhero movies now are just trying to emulate what Avengers Infinity War did. But this cliffhanger sort of makes sense. A bit unnecessary, but it makes sense. It makes sense because it ties into the entire trilogy. And I think everything comes it together very nicely. And I like the fact that it is relatable. We've seen a lot of Spider-Man movies, but I never really felt like Spider-Man was a teenager until I saw Civil War, when Tony Stark met Peter for the first time because he had to do homework, which was great. But this time around, I feel like it was more. I felt that Miles was a teenager way more than I ever did in any Spider-Man film. You can tell that he's going through a lot. He's trying to find himself in this world, trying to balance his superhero life and, being a son, being a teenager. Doesn't have a lot of friends. His school, his school career, I guess you could say, life in school. He's missing a few classes, and he's a brilliant kid, but getting a B in Spanish, even though his mother is Spanish, can be quite can create a bit of tension in the household. And he has some responsibilities that he has to, be more cognizant of, and he has to, be on point. Basically, be the kid that his parents want him to be, but at the same time, he has a responsibility of being, Spider-Man. So with great power comes great responsibility comes into play without actually saying those words. You actually see it. It's a show, not tell type of situation, because you see that he still has to be responsible at being Spider-Man instead of, just being careless about it. And we get introduced to a villain called the Spot, who is initially seen as a joke type of villain, but as the story progresses, he starts understanding his powers and how to use them, which was quite interesting. And you get to see other Spider-Man within the film, Spider-Man from different universes. You have Jessica Drew. This is a different version of Jessica Drew. Yes, I am aware that Jessica Drew was pregnant even in the comics, but she was Caucasian. But this one is they changed that character and made her a black character, an African American character, I believe, voiced by Issa Rae, who is known for The Awkward Black Girl and Insecure. She does a brilliant job. I loved her character. Great character design, great voice, great character in general. And then you also have Daniel. I don't want to butcher his surname, but he was in Black Panther. He was in an episode of Black Mirror. He was in Get Out. He voices Spider-Punk, which is a British Spider-Man, and then there's also an Indian Spider-Man, which is quite cool. You get different versions of Spider-Man. There's a Spider-Cat, there's there's a dinosaur, in a Spider-Man costume. And I think what other thing that it also explores, this movie also explores, is how teenagers like to fit in certain groups or in certain places, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. So they explore some of that, and they also explore Gwen's backstory a bit more and her dynamic with her parent, with her father, and I found that to be quite great, to be a good starting point to this sequel, because for the first 15 minutes or so, it just focuses on Gwen. And I really, really loved it. It was quite sad to see certain actions that were taken between those two characters and how they, had to deal with the fact that, Gwen is who she actually is, and she's still finding herself. She's still battling, certain things, and it's fun to watch. You find these two characters from two different worlds who are good friends, but they cannot see each other every day because they're from different worlds. They are very close. They have a good bond, a great connection, but they can't see each other every day, and they feel a bit lost. They feel like they're alone. They're misunderstood. But whenever they meet up, there's a spark. There's magic there. So it's great to see, and I feel like most of us can relate to that. Sometimes you meet people who come from different parts of the world, be it online or you meet them somewhere on a holiday or somewhere, and you just have this great connection with them, and you wish you could see them more often, but that's not the case. So Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, man, I honestly give it a 10 out of 10. I never felt bored watching it. I was deeply interested in every single character that was displayed on screen. Great cinematography, great fight choreography. The comedic timing is perfect. The dialogue is perfect. Nothing feels off. Everybody was on their A game. The voice acting is brilliant. Like I said, the art is great. It feels like a love story to artists, creatives, visual artists, storytellers, Spider-Man comic book fans, geeks, and everybody who truly loves the genre, superhero movies. I truly recommend it to anybody who's a fan of superhero movies, who's a fan of Spider-Man, the IP, and anyone who likes the people that I've mentioned. If you like Issa Rae, if you like Oscar Isaac, if you like Shamik Moore, I don't think I've mentioned what Shamik Moore has done in the past. Apart from being the voice of Miles Morales, he voiced. He was in Wu-Tang and American Saga. He was also in a film called Dope. He was actually the main character there. So yeah, that is my take on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. There's a lot that I could say, but I don't want to spoil it for you. I just wanted to see it for yourself. Let me know your thoughts. Have you seen it yet? If not, when are you going to check it out? Let me know. And it's doing well at the box office. I think it's currently at, could be wrong, but I think it's currently at 499.5 million at the box office with a budget of 100 million. So it's doing fairly well. It's doing great, actually. It's doing great. It might be one of the best performing films of the year so far, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you on the next video. All right, thanks guys. Cheers.